Hey there, so welcome to bonus track number 1, Waiting for Spongebob. Much like Waiting for Godot, actually, it's nothing like Waiting for Godot, because it's got a sponge in it. That's a cartoon. Alright, the only similarity between the two is the actual word waiting. This is some of the bonus stuff that we actually edited out. We let you know in the intro of episode 1 that we would be releasing this so you can understand the references you heard to SpongeBob and Waiting in an Alley. So, without much ado, here is the promised bonus track of Waiting for Spongebob. It was just like who was ever registered on the site.
Were you doing the Village Halloween Parade at that point? Because I know that...
Yes, I was.
I know that you have often talked about the many times that you've gone to the Village Halloween Parade.
Yeah. We did the parade. I went with a couple of friends and my brother, and we went to the parade. Afterwards, we went to Webster Hall for the after parade party, where I almost won the costume contest. I hate that you're making me bring this up.
Oh, is this the SpongeBob story?
Yes, this is the SpongeBob story. So, where we went to the party, and it was amazing. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Webster Hall, but it was fucking amazing.
I have not.
Cyndi Lauper played that night, and she was fucking amazing, as always. But there was a costume contest, and it was like $1,000, or actually, I think it was more. If
there was
the
money,
grand prize, there was money. And I went up there, and there was a lot of really nice costuming, but there just happened to be this one. SpongeBob SquarePants was was at its peak of everybody loves SpongeBob. But
what decade was this? Was it in the 90s?
Oh my god, yeah, this was like the 90s. This was this was
early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So SpongeBob was well known, and at 3:00 in the morning, in a club filled with drunken revelers.
In New York?
In New York, yeah. The hell you say? Essentially, what happened was it was voted on by how loud the crowd would get when you were presented. And this guy, it wasn't that he was dressed like SpongeBob. What it was is that it was clear that he had just gotten this cardboard box that evening.
Oh no!
Threw some acrylic paint on it in the most haphazard way.
Just hit it with some spray paint.
Not even like that.
Not even tape
that,
lines.
That would have taken effort. It was like he clearly put this costume together in 2 seconds to have something.
Like found some stuff in an alley.
Yeah, and
I like that we're building up the mythos. He's probably spent an afternoon putting this together.
He's probably spent 10 minutes putting this together, and he won. Because at 3:00 in the morning, every drunk person loves SpongeBob SquarePants.
They're all singing the song just to really get to you.
Dude, if that had happened, I probably would have assaulted him on the stage. So what actually happened? You would
have gone full Tiger Man.
Yeah, full Tiger Man. So what actually happened was the MC of it was he was like a local DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, all right, so, we're going to bring each of these guys out, and you're going to...
Here are the finalists.
Yeah, here are the and I was one of the finalists. It was like six, there was like five or six of us.
Okay.
And, yeah, out of like a full stage of oh man, it was just packed. But, I was one of the 5 or 6 finalists, and... Man, if it came down to me and SpongeBob for even at third place, I would have won money. And that motherfucker won. And I was, I get off. And the DJ says to me...
What place did you come in?
4th.
Who?
It
who
was
were the
first,
other two?
second, and third.
I don't even want to get into it because that is a completely different story.
Okay,
They were amazing costumes, but one of them was a guy that people had been trying to track down for years. He was also a leathersmith, but apparently had disappeared off the face of the earth, owing a shit ton of money to people. And
leave that aside.
Yeah, I found him just randomly being at Webster Hall. So
You let the leathersmithing community know.
Yes. So no. So as I'm getting ready to get off the stage, the DJ whispers, the MC, this DJ guy whispers in my ear.
Whispers / pulls the microphone away and shouts over the din.
Yeah, he's like, look, man, you look fucking amazing, and if it were up to me, you'd be walking away with some cash, but it's up to them, man, and I'm so sorry.
SpongeBob takes it. Damn you, SpongeBob.
So I get off the stage, and my brother and my friends are there, and they're like, "Oh man, that's fucking rough." I was like, "No, it's not gonna be fucking rough when I kick his ass when I wait for him outside."
what?
Right?
I was making a joke.
No. I was pissed. Like I was, because it was like, if he even had a store-bought SpongeBob costume, I wouldn't have been as upset. But he clearly put no effort into that costume.
But I imagine, as we talked about before, when people met you on the Sunday after a game, no one knew who you were. Mm-hmm. SpongeBob climbs out of the refrigerator box.
Yeah,
and he's
his face was clearly visible. Like it was like.
Wait, he didn't even have the box as the face.
No, his head was sticking out of the box. The box was just SpongeBob's body and pants.
Oh, not even like SpongeBob's face on the box.
No. I took like literally no effort in this fucking. So I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking wait for his ass outside and kick his ass, because even if he took the box off, he'd have fucking yellow face, and I burned his image into my fucking brain, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait for his ass outside. And they're like, listen, let's get a drink.
Someday you're gonna walk down the street and you're gonna be like, son of a bitch. Were you SpongeBob in the early 2000s? After the Village Parade? Yeah, man, I want some money.
I'm gonna fuck you up right now. So
I was a Tiger Man, bitch.
Yeah, that's
I never let it go.
That's how that would go down. Because we were there like another 2 hours, like after that, like still
just
partying.
Waiting,
and stuff. No. They were trying to calm me down. And then, there was still like dancing and partying and shit.
In my mind,
on.
the MC is also one of the people trying to calm you down, but I'm sure he wasn't.
No, he wasn't at all. But we were like, okay, it's getting late. We gotta get home. So we walk out, and as I walk out, I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys later. And I just stood on the steps, and they're like, what are you doing? I was like, no, I'll catch up. I'll meet you guys at the house.
I gotta meet someone right now.
And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm gonna fucking kick that guy's ass. He put no effort into that costume. And they're like,
how long were you in makeup getting ready for that day? Now, mind you, how many hours later after you put the makeup on was this?
I was at least 16 hours in that makeup.
How long did it take you to put it in?
It took me at least, I did theatrical style makeup. It took me at least 2 hours to do that makeup. And then once the makeup was on,
you went to the parade. You marched in the parade.
Oh no! It got even no. Went to pick up my brother, my friend, his girlfriend. Then went to the village. Mm-hmm. Got there early, hanging out in the village. Then get to the parade area. Do the parade.
Oh, did you do your secret check of if you look good enough, they don't question when you're going behind the barrier to join the parade?
Don't blow my spot up, man. Because
look, you're editing this.
So, and then total, I was probably in that makeup for good. Yeah, it had to have been 15, 16 hours. And so I was just
so you have to be exhausted and dehydrated and.
Oh no! Well, besides drinking alcohol, we were drinking bottles of water the whole night, and we went out to eat and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I was ready to fucking just.
So they had to talk you down off the stoop.
Yeah, they really did. They really say, look, it's not worth it. You're gonna get you're gonna get fucking
Look,
arrested.
you'll forget about this tomorrow.
Yeah, it was like here we are, like 20 years later, talking about that shit. Yeah, and I'm still getting like
I knew this story going in.
That fucker. I was like, motherfucker. It's no effort, man. No fucking effort. Like, put that shit to, like, he probably pulled that shit out of, like you said, out of an alley. Like, it's like, oh, I got some acrylic paints,
This box isn't too wet.
Yeah. like clearly no effort. Like, it's just so upsetting. Anyway.
Not that nerds are elitist at all.
It wasn't even about being elitist. It was like, just some fucking effort.
Just the economy of scale.
Yeah. Oh. Like I had full full makeup.
You came in fourth out of how many people?
Don't try and make me feel better about this. Let me hang on to my hate. Let me hold on to that. Just good.
Let the hate flow through you.
So yeah, but where the hell were we when we started this?
We were talking about the Shady Awards.
The Shady's LARP Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I found you on the internet before I ever got to meet you, and it wasn't until well after we knew each other that I discovered that
that was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was
like. Yeah, the whole idea that we went on a very large tangent there because
that's fine.
Because I like that story because of how worked up you still get about it.
Fuck you, man. Just fuck you.
But